Some people ask, why do you need it so clean? Why don't you do like a Robert Altman type of thing where we're talking off camera?
Well, we talk over each other. We do plenty of overlapping dialogue.
Are you sure?
I am.
I think so. Where you go? But
I played the character.
This is the world's
Mr. Blah, blah, blah.
These are the world's two worst overlapping actors.
Go
ahead.
No, you go. No, you go. No, you go.
Okay,
no,
really,
go ahead.
Simon. Okay, stop.
No, you really go ahead. No, you go ahead.
So stupid. Requires no skill. Have you ever recorded a show where my voice was in this area? Walking around?
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to figure it out.
Yeah, with a ball in your mouth.
Chocolate ball. Happy holidays, everybody.
You don't have to suck the chocolate ball, Andy. You can chew the ball.
I don't like to chew it. I like to make this sound.
Yeah, it's...
I know. I don't want to do anything that's going to make you mad, like crinkling. You know how you're so particular?
The crinkling isn't the problem. It's the mouthful of goo.
No.
Yes.
I think I've navigated this thing. For example, if you're just joining in, there's be no way in 100 years that you know that as I'm talking to you, I'm sucking on a chocolate ball, 65 degrees downtown Los Angeles.
Doing his Jewish Brando impression. Will you just chew the ball?
I told you. I think I've told you that I bombed the benefit. It was on a Monday and I left on a Tuesday. I don't know, with the cockamamie changes and everything's got to be with you when you can rent out Capitol Records music area.
Yeah.
Are you renting that out again for the Christmas?
I am. I've got the full orchestra coming in for this score.
I will give you now the various strategizing of the J. Elvis replies.
Okay.
Right?
Yes, I'd like to hear.
Okay. There's only several ways you can go.
I wish I could set it up like a Stephen Hawking menu.
There's only several ways it can go. One way, it can go where you hope I'm not going to continue.
Okay.
You see the look on my face and you kind of just answer it.
Okay, so what do we call that? We call that begrudging? Or restraining.
Restraining.
We'll call that one restraining, okay.
Yeah, and there's never, you also have to convey, you're conveying, it's awful. Whatever it is I'm doing.
Okay,
there's no way out.
Okay, so it's working. Right.
And then the other thing is,
I don't know, you've approached me to 7, you've prepped me for 7 of these.
Did I say 7?
I think you did.
Oh, God, what am I? Who am I, Larry Miller now? Or Dennis Miller?
How about a second one?
A second one would be you just what you did this time.
Yeah.
Which you just went. You just said yes, okay, all right, whatever it was, just get it over with quick.
Right.
Agree to whatever stupid thing you're saying.
Pacifying.
Pacifying.
That's what I call that one. Yeah.
I can't think of. I can't.
Patronizing almost, but not really.
Patronizing. You can shoot me daggers.
That means talks down to.
Oh, comedy comes in many flavors. That kind of comedy is known as exaggeration. No.
What's in the magic mug this week, Andy?
Well, I'm very proud to tell Josh Elvis, because I'm only doing this podcast for his approval.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not money.
I thought you were going to do the entire octave.
I am drinking straight coffee and cream. Not only straight cold coffee, ice, kind of like iced, but because I go the extra mile, I didn't put ice in it.
You don't need to, because you capture it at the peak of flavor.
I captured the peak of flavor,
like an amber, except without all the bad tasting amber.
Like a fine wine, except it's not wine. Ask me how you judge coffee.
I don't want to.
It's like judging wine, but nothing similar.
Do not eat another one of those.
Okay, I won't.
And by the way, this has nothing to do with weed. It's just annoying listening to it.
How do you know I'm not high? I haven't been high.
No, I just didn't want people to think I was scolding you for eating another.
Oh, come on, Josh.
Infused piece of chocolate.
Read the mail, Josh. It's 80-20. Get rid of that twerp, Josh. I haven't used the word twerp in a long time.
No, it's good. I like it.
Hey, lose the twerp and get a singer.
It's bulletproof on a politically correct level, too.
It is bulletproof. And that's you were telling me before the show.
There's a lot of insults that have fallen by the wayside, but twerp holds true.
Twerp stays.
Yes.
In our pre-show meeting,
Yes.
you told me, don't say anything about the thing. Oh, God. I'm losing the will. I'm losing the will to do comedy.
Early in the show.
Early and often.
Usually.
No, but I did the uncapped thing last night.
Oh, yeah. How was it?
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And at the end of it was a woman, and I can't remember her name, but she wrote Earth, Wind, and Fire songs.
Oh, I know her. Allie Willis.
How do you know these things? I'm not familiar with these things. You know these things.
Yes.
I was very excited about
She
it.
wrote September.
She wrote September. Oh,
And she wrote the Friends theme.
she did?
She could, yeah.
Ba ba boom, bang
That
bang
one,
boom.
yes.
That
Yes,
one?
the Friends one,
You sure
yeah.
it's not the one that goes habadoo da da ding?
I'm pretty sure it was Habadu Daddy Waba.
Is the outro, is the end of, is there anything different in Friends? And I say it this way, like All in the Family starts out with boy, the hooky hoo.
Yeah.
And then the ending is ba ba da ba da 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 bum bum ba dum bum ba da 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 da
Ba ba da da ba da da da.
da 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 da. That till there was you or till it was you. I am so high right now. On nothing.
Yeah.
On nothing.
No, sure.
No, I've smoked, but I can't remember when I smoked last.
Right. Well, that tells you something.
You know why I get
That
pre-rolls?
could mean anywhere from 5 minutes to 3 weeks.
You know, you're so wrong. You know, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to poison the fan pool.
No, I think you have like a paranoid streak coming out this week, as if people have turned on you, and it's just not the case.
No, that's just in my regular life.
Yeah.
They
If
haven't.
anything, people will defend you from me at times.
People are such babies, so I want to say that right away. I have you.
So wait, let's not get off the full
Okay.
train. I want to hear about the alternative, the
okay.
Uncabaret anniversary. This is the 20th anniversary?
25th
anniversary.
And when you think about that, Josh,
Of the Uncabaret, the birth of the LA alternative comedy scene. The birth of the LA comedy scene.
It was sitting in fucking Wagnall's porch. I gotta move this officially out of
Please
the
move
way.
it out of the way.
Out of the way, because all I think of is my chocolate. You know what though? I have something to look forward to in the break. 25 years, and that means this: that it was started in 1993.
Right.
Is that right?
Sure. Yes.
And it was so exciting because there was everybody. I mean, a lot of people. Not everybody was there, but people that I wanted to see were there, except those who had passed away. Like
Your Taylor Negrons.
yes, who used to, and I repeated the line that he used to say, "I'm in such a good mood. I'm going to take a Muslim child and raise him as a Hindu," stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he was fantastic. And in fact, someone told a story. I think it was Greg Barrett about how he had an argument with him or something, and where Taylor said, "I'm sorry, you're loud." And then I remember that Doug Benson used to tell a story that Taylor Negron was trying to find a gym. He goes, and he wanted to know about Doug Benson's gym. He goes, "Is it loud?" So that was a recurring thing with him.
Yeah.
But he was unbelievable live. You probably never saw him live, right?
I did early on when I lived here.
Yeah, he was like never had done really stand up. I don't think before the Uncab shows.
Yeah. Well, he was in the movie Punchline in 1988.
Are you talking about Barry Sobel?
No, I'm talking about Taylor Negron. He did the thing of the.
Oh no! Okay, don't get that. First of all, the guy's dead, so let me choose the memories that will remain of him.
Okay, but he was in
Not
Punchline.
him. No, it was not.
He was in Punchline 5 years earlier.
I
That's
say
what
he
you're
wasn't.
saying.
Fake news. Fake news. Hey, you know they tried to hang me, and when I did the thing, when I stole the money from the thing, but they couldn't do it. You know why they couldn't hang me?
Why is that, Andy?
I bet you know, right?
I don't care. But
Do you know though?
I wasn't listening enough to put it together.
That's the only way you don't know.
Something
Fake
hanging
news.
you.
Fake news.
Fake news, people. I didn't need the setup.
I'm telling you, I wanted to steer us back into our auto asphyxiation junk.
Good.
Hey, do you ever know? Hey, people, have you ever felt that fine line between choking yourself to death and pleasuring yourself? I personally haven't. I'm laughing at other people's misfortune.
It looks like suicide, but it's not. It's autoerotic asphyxiation.
I'm so mad at myself because not only did I not have a song,
Oh, Jesus.
but I started to write. It's going to be the greatest bit ever done on the show when I write a series of real commercials and fake commercials.
Oh, right. That is going to be a time.
Our line to the there's a lot. Do you hate line to the post office? Do you stamps.com?
You now have to top the fake autoerotic asphyxiation ad. So
yeah,
there's the bar.
Do you remember when they didn't allow you to do autoerotic asphyxiation like commercials on TV?
No.
What's the commercial for exactly? I'm like a shock jock who has dementia.
You're a shocked jock.
Oh, Josh. You come in here wearing... you come in here schlepping Woody Guthrie's hat.
Oh, fuck you.
Is it Woody Guthrie?
Hey, wait. I'm channeling Woody Guthrie. Fuck you.
Hey. Well, don't forget, as Tom Sharpling has pointed out, he tried to take an axe to the soundboard.
If I wasn't wearing the hat, you would call me Dilbert's boss today because I took a shower and didn't do anything.
I didn't shower today.
Oh, well.
What happened to...
What are you, Woody Guthrie?
Who am I? Do you know... I went out for the Dilbert sitcom once.
Yeah.
Dilbert was on the phone, the creator.
Yeah.
And I was under the impression... Oh,
jeez. He's wiping old man.
I was under the impression...
Mouth corners.
Look, if I can get a word edgewise on this podcast... I was under the impression that it was at one point a funny strip.
I don't know.
But now the guy's crazy is all
Once
I'm
you
saying.
see it on someone's cubicle, it pretty much gets disqualified by me.
It's all cubicle, right?
It's all cubicle.
It wasn't like
humor.
and in the summer he went to camp or
It's
something.
made for people to pin to the side of their cubicle with their Kathy cartoons.
So why did he get so angry and crazy? What he had to have made a lot of money.
Yeah,
Maybe that's the
I don't
problem.
think there's anything about Dilbert that said lefty.
It's interesting you say that because I just thought, well, it's not interesting you say
just
that.
think anything funny can't be Republican.
No, because
which I'm not calling you on. By the way,
I think it's like Office Space. I think of it as like Office Space.
Yeah,
you don't know the politics of that guy, but sometimes you can feel like someone's subversive or whatever. So I don't get the feeling that he's subversive.
I don't think he was subversive. I think he was, it was working stiff humor.
Yeah. Working stiff humor.
So did people try at the Uncabaret thing?
No.
No one tried?
Well, first of all, I think I was the only one. Well, but nobody had notes. I mean, some people had notes.
That's kind of not in the spirit of the anniversary.
I had, but I realized, first of all, I said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the only one on this show whose career is in the exact same place. It has gone neither down nor up. I am either on the precipice now of something good happening, or it could be time to wrap it up. So I did that.
I bet that worked.
It did work. I was trying to draw Beth out more because Beth wasn't doing much interrupting. Which I always liked the interrupting.
Yeah.
So I was
if no one's trying, there's nothing to interrupt.
No, people came out and were very. You know who was extremely funny is Laura Keitlinger.
Yeah, she is.
Oh my God! Here's one of her jokes.
I did the improv lab with her a few months back.
Here's her joke. She says, "America is right in the middle of an opioid crisis, and that's the nicest thing I could say about the country right now." And things like that. I don't deliver it with the same panache. Right. I had fun.
Yeah.
But I do remember that it reminded me of what it was like in the old days, where I was still. Fast forward to today, I still have the same issues. So there's probably OCD about my notes, writing it down. If you haven't changed anything in that amount of time, it's just an idiosyncrasy.
Yeah, but I think everyone has their thing, their pre-show thing. Like when I work with Bliss in Minneapolis, for all the years we do it, he always is going. He's like writing things down, writing things down, and that he doesn't really refer to, and but it's just his ritual.
Yeah, now I can't get the thing, and this is what I was wondering, and you may have to think about this because you got your special coming up in a couple of months at Acme Comedy Club.
It's not a special, it's just an album.
It's just an album. I never listen to myself back. I've done it 5, 10, 20 times.
Yeah.
Do you do it?
I do it now because there'll be times when I, like if I'm doing a long set,
right?
Like before I headline, I will often watch a previous headline set just to reload some shit.
That's what I should do. That's the responsible person and me.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to clean up my act, I say.
But, just because I need to reload it in.
Yes. Well, here's the thing.
Otherwise, I lose the tags, too. I lose a lot of the tags if I don't.
I have the tag. You know how why I don't lose the tags? Because I put a Post-it on them. Oh, I have a comedy that's based on office supplies, too. Boom. Take it away, Josh. Back to the update desk.
Thank you, Dilbert guy.
Dilbert guy. Hey, I'm Dilbert. But his shtick, if you get into his shtick, it's like he thinks Trump's a genius, and he's going to explain
like
to you.
Mind control. Yeah,
he's one step ahead of everybody. And it's like here's Scott Adams in a nutshell.
Thank you.
Look, Trump may be leading us all to some kind of a concentration camp, but we're going there, and we want to be there. And he's doing an amazing job. Okay, the phones are open. The guy's nuts.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, it's like I was talking to the people at Stormfront. I don't know. Okay, let it go, Josh.
He's like the sort of polar opposite. Like everyone on TV has the sort of polar opposite. And
Right.
I think he's the opposite of of Schwartz, the Art of the Deal writer guy. Is it Schwartz?
Oh yes,
guy-
Tony Schwartz.
Tony Schwartz.
Yes,
he's
exactly.
they sort of have the same vibe, but one of them is vehemently anti-Trump,
Right.
and one of them is vehemently look at that guy go.
Well, and then where do you place a Donnie
But they
Deutsch?
both think that he's sort of a mad genius in his way.
I hate when people
Like Tony Schwartz keeps trying, by his vehemence.
Yes, I think he's scared to death that he wrote a book that this is going to be used to destroy the entire world.
Yeah, no, I think it's like Lenny Riefenstahl making a children's film.
It's like Dennis Miller turning into an unpleasant person because of 2001 9/11 because of some unknown source, and he becomes an even bigger asshole than he was before Cha-Cha. And then he spends 15 to 18 years slinging away on the right-wing talk radio like Rush Limbaugh had.
I don't get that reference.
Oh. He was bing, bang, bomb, bomb, references.
We have a motif tonight.
I'm into a holiday.
Yeah.
I'm into a holiday thing.
Are you?
Which always reminds me of my
It
first.
is Thanksgiving week here in reality
I can't
time.
believe it. Can you believe
it's
it?
2 weeks from now in podcast land. But
And you're saying to me, Andy, before you come here tonight, this guy pulls an Andy Kindler. No, he doesn't really. At 6 o'clock, can you watch a thing for me? I said, hello. And I think this is the kind of thing people love to see that I relate.
yeah, that was nice of you.
Behind the scenes.
When you just went, hello, it wasn't, it was really.
So, but can I ask you now, you have finished?
I did. I finished my.
And do you want me to look at it as another eyeball?
Yeah, I don't care. But
What?
I just want.
Can you please?
I thought it might be fun to talk about.
Jesus, why don't you go to a decorum
I don't want to
workshop?
put the pressure on you to watch it. It's done now. So.
Oh, the only reason why I wouldn't want to put the pressure on myself is because I don't want to make another Thanksgiving promise.
Exactly. That's what I mean. I'm not worried about you not liking it. I mean, I don't.
Because I really like the source material.
Yes, exactly.
Can you imagine if I said, I don't like it with the separated interview? Right. That's not how I saw it.
I just saw it as a Chinese man in a hotel room.
Yeah, why the Chinese guy? What are you making me do the Chinese guy material?
I don't know.
We drove past here the other day, me and the wife.
Already you've got a story.
And the wife said, "Is it up there? Do you do it?" She, for some reason, thought it would be better if we did it on the second floor.
No.
I said, "No, we do it." I know, Joe. Do you think that I've lost my mind because of the dementia? How much is it?
You just said that.
Wow. Have I ever if you had ever been
Okay.
and everybody said no.
It's wearing on me.
Which is your favorite Deja Vu song? Is it the Sade or I don't even think you did one. Deja Vu.
Yeah, no, we've been through that.
I know, we've been through that. Have you ever?
And it's not ironic.
I know, it's not like a thing like, ooh, does it feel eerie? No, it feels like you forget all of your conversations. Yes. I'm on today, Josh. I don't know what I'm on for.
Or on.
Look.
What?
I took expired ecstasy. Look. Yeah. I took a roofie. I wanted to see if I could myself. That combi does not work anymore. All of your roofie material.
The problem is when ecstasy expires, it just becomes regret.
See how you can write jokes? With me, it's more personality. I get up there. How is everybody doing tonight? That's how I really do see myself.
Yeah.
Odenkirk was great.
Yeah.
He was great, just like he was great 25 years ago. He's like, I know people didn't think, and I don't think I am a stand-up. he's not even being self-deprecating as a shtick.
Yeah.
He just is. And he's very, very funny as a stand-up. And Laura Keitlinger is funny. And I can't remember. Oh, the woman from September. Close it out.
Allie Willis.
And I got a swag bag of some type. Books and items in there.
Yeah. Nice.
Thank you, Josh.
Where was it?
At the Ace Hotel downtown? But it's like a theater. I thought, yeah.
The theater at the Ace Hotel, they call it.
Yeah, but why don't they where's the hotel? Huh? That's what they don't tell you. I want to be one of these guys who wants to be onto something, but never is. That's how that's how, a little bit like the Barry Subble bit. We used to do a hilarious bit about his father was always thinking about that's how they get you.
Do you know what happened to Barry Sobel? I mean, do you? I just haven't heard hide nor hair.
No, I think he's alive. I think he's
alive. I don't think he's
I'm
dead.
gonna check it out.
You froze like he died, but
I don't know if I told you this story though. That I was in Phoenix, and the guy said we're talking about Canadian comics.
Yeah.
And I said, how about blah blah blah? I'm not going to say his name. He goes, I can't believe it. He just died 2 days ago. So I said, let's see how good I am. Dennis Miller. Everyone laughed. Everyone laughed appropriately for that joke right there. Which
and he
like,
gets himself out of it. Uncomfortable jam.
Yes, true. On the next, oh no, I didn't. Oh no, he didn't. Okay.
So you're off to New York tomorrow.
Yeah. Now, what's happening with you? Is your mother-in-law coming down?
She's gone now. And,
no, but for Thanksgiving.
Yes, she is, of course.
Why do I? Is there a place in show business for the vaguely annoyed interviewer? What if I'm talking about Thanksgiving, where you just listen up, get the elbow grease out of your ears?
I was trying to figure out which one of us was the annoyed interviewer, but it was you apparently.
I always, if there's a role and it says annoying guy and the guy annoyed by annoying guy, I'm always going to play the annoying guy, right?
I would think.
Yeah, there's no 7 ways about
unless
it.
It's like the Odd Couple where the actors switch off.
They don't.
There's been some.
I don't want to see. I don't want
switching.
Are you saying you got to sit through it twice? The actors switch off. I can't believe I let you make up something that seems like a lie to me. Isn't it a lie?
No.
Why are
there's been lots of productions.
Bob Odenkirk, so forget you whether you want to do it. Bob Odenkirk said he'd do the Sunshine Boys with me.
Yeah, well, that's great.
And I said, what about Jai? He said, hello?
I saw as I was browsing, looking for source material for this documentary through newspapers.
That was so good to
I
see.
came across an ad for a dinner theater production of Arsenic and Old Lace, starring Bill Daly and Lou Ferrigno.
Oh, my. That is a very weird pairing.
It's a weird pairing. Edmonton, Alberta.
I'm telling you, if Bill Daly didn't put his money... Well, I guess the first show he didn't probably get residuals. The original Genie.
Yeah.
But on Newhart, hello, Louise.
Yeah. Some people like to keep working, even if they are making a living.
How do they do that? Is there another field?
I have yet to crack that.
I could be a short order cook.
You could be.
Just height-wise. Can we be the guys who come up with their own wacky sounds? Hey, you're looking pretty good, Josh, for someone who hasn't never looked good.
Mr. Kindler, your tests have come back, and I'm afraid you have Catskills Tourette's.
Hey, fuck you. Hey, fuck you. I didn't say Simon Says. Fuck you.
Fuck you, he had
Say Simon, I have
Fuck
Tourette's.
you, he had a hat.
Fuck you, yeah, I have Tourette's. This is hilarious. And we'll be back with more hilarious jokes based on real things that happen to people.
Right, yeah. Put it back on me, asshole.
Hey, you know what they say? You know why they say you can't put the toothpaste back in the bottle?
Because you can't.
You can't, but who
comes in a tube.
Who thought you could? Who thought you could? Here's me trying to get excited about a subject.
Yeah.
So for the next hour, call up with your same anecdotes about or metaphors of tube in the
Today we're going through cards and he should have thrown away.
Ooh. I have a problem throwing away old cards that have
clearly.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the joke ones.
I mean, I think a couple of jokes about me is fine.
Yeah.
I think but when it becomes a theme, people are probably out there going, he doesn't like the other Jew.
That's right.
Told
There's
you.
genuine animosity here.
Yes, and they're both Jewish, so
This
that
is
can't be
taking
it.
a nasty turn. The holidays are bad for everyone.
Well, they're both Jewish, but one of them is ridiculous.
So this week is the 30th anniversary of Mystery Science Theater's premiere.
Bum, 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 bum. I think I saw an announcement, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was there was a thing,
30 years.
Today it's officially Mystery Science Theater Day in Minneapolis on Friday, I think, or Thursday.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's older than the Uncab.
Yes, it is.
If you think about it. If you don't think about it.
You don't have to think about it long, really.
No, but it's pretty. It's like, when you think about it long, do you think...
There's a lot I think about.
Do you think would you say I'm washed up or more just done in general? Hello? Josh? Why are you shaking your head like that? What do you mean I'm not going to make it? Career-wise. Ha! So, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess.
Who is the
it's
mayor?
A long time.
Is there a mayor involved?
The mayor signed it. Yeah, it was a proclamation.
It says tomorrow, this Thursday. Is it tomorrow?
I don't think it's tomorrow. I think it's Thursday or Friday.
And so it's called Mystery Science Theater Day.
Here, do you want me to find it?
Sure, I want you to find it. This is where the people...
I have nothing to do with it.
Yeah, but this is where the letters come in and say we have a good rapport.
Ah.
I looked over at the chocolate again.
Right.
I can't wait for the break, right? Chocolate in the break?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's long, but it's called Mystery Science Theater 3000 Day in the city of Minneapolis.
So cool.
November 22nd.
Yes. Oh, that's not good.
Why?
We don't have a date on JFK gets shot day.
But that's Thanksgiving.
I don't care what the hell it is.
We've displaced Thanksgiving. It's Mystery Science Theater Day now, for fuck's sake.
On the 22nd?
Come on, that's big.
When was JFK shot?
November 22nd, 1963.
So what do you think's going to happen all day? Folks, please stop crying, ma'am. Okay, I'm tired of the bit. But for a while, you have to admit, it is odd to have something on that day. No, it's not. Sorry.
It's the day it premiered. 30 years to the day it premiered.
Okay. You know how I don't listen, and you know how I'm not that bright, and then you know how it all starts to sink in?
Yeah.
So now I see that it would be a nice diversion if you were still 30 years is... How do you subtract that? Is it 88?
Yes.
If 88, if you were still upset about the JFK assassination, you might watch this new frivolous show.
Right.
I hate comedy so much. Just mostly the way I do it.
Do you do it?
Not tonight, but tomorrow and for the rest of our lives.
Right.
So are you going up there?
No. I mean, it was just a thing.
But the thing is like...
Not like a ceremony.
You should be able to like always go anywhere and get free drinks. And does that happen a lot?
No, it happens never.
If you were like... if we were one of the original members of the Cheers group.
Right.
It'd be good.
Yeah.
Now, how long has it been since I saw you?
5 days.
It's crazy. It seems like a special thing, but it's not. It's a regular thing.
It's a regular thing.
And was I in town? I think I was.
You're not fun to talk to tonight. You are just...
No.
Like, you don't have any follow-up questions to the 30th anniversary of the show.
Oh, that's good.
That was a big topic.
That's good.
That was like
why
something
did you just tell me to ask questions about the fucking
Jesus
show?
Christ.
Well, because it didn't happen to me, did it?
Oh, exactly.
This is the 30th anniversary of my show.
Oh, my God.
When have I ever been fun? Okay, so you were at the inception of the show in 1988.
Yes.
How am I doing now?
You're good.
Better,
Back
right?
on track,
You could take out the other stuff?
I don't know.
Maybe not.
We'll see how this pays off.
So you were young. You were full of spit and vinegar.
Yes.
You must have been nervous, or you were didn't know to be nervous?
No, I definitely didn't know to be nervous. I was way too cocky to be nervous.
You were cocky, but no one knew what would happen with the show, right? I mean...
No, I wasn't cocky about the show when it was a UHF show. It was just, I was cocky because I was a 17-year-old stand-up.
Right. You were cocky. You were not, at that age, doubting yourself.
No.
You're pretty
confident. To a fault, I would say. I was not doubting myself.
You could have used more deprecation in the self-deprecation arena.
Yes.
And 30 years ago, that was the... So, did you open up with a Reagan? Did they have Reagan references?
We did.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yes.
That is...
We had Trump references back then.
I know. That's the thing that's really terrible. Is he's always kind of been hovering around as a horrible image.
Yeah. And the joke was President Trump.
Yeah.
Back then,
in that joke.
That's the dystopic future joke. Dystopic.
Was the show pretty topical?
Yeah, it was.
I'm asking these questions because I haven't seen that many of them still.
I know. But, yeah, because we didn't really consider that it would last in any way.
Right.
So, yeah, it wasn't entirely topical. It was mostly pop culture referential.
Were there any cliffhangers?
Not.
Right. So there's no
I think that there might have actually been cliffhangers. In the later seasons when it went to Sci-Fi Network.
Oh, okay.
They started doing more of a story arc for the season itself.
Yeah.
I think by Sci-Fi's orders.
And it makes sense. It makes sense because if it's within that one genre,
yeah, I think they wanted to make it
a
slightly more sci-fi show.
Is that like the Doctor Who's? Why am I asking these stupid questions?
Kind of.
Each question is
it's kind of like the Doctor Who's.
I don't care. Each question is more stupid than the previous one.
At least they're questions.
Yeah, but it sounds like what am I hosting? Teenage book talk?
At least it's not. Oh, turning it back on himself. Oh no, it is now.
Right now, how long were you on the show, Josh?
I was on.
Great.
Oh,
I'm good.
It's good if it's actually
Stop
information
commenting.
you don't know.
And I can actually learn.
I was on it for 2 years.
Wow.
Well, 2 seasons. We did 20 episodes, or 22 episodes, or 21. I don't know. At the UHF station, which were all like improv, basically.
Oh, okay.
And not entirely. Like the host segments were written an hour before we shot, but the movies were all improv in those days.
Is it all recorded?
Yeah, most. I think like with the exception of 1 or 2, they're all out there because people really did circulate them around the world.
So they were like Grateful Dead.
They were, and we perpetuated that. We put keep circulating the tapes into the credits
because you guys weren't making any money on it.
We weren't making any money, and there wasn't any coverage of Comedy Channel when it first came on. So we had that sort of I want my MTV method, which is like get it on your cable system. So
you had a little bit of a Jake Johansson thing there. So
yeah, it was a bit, but it wasn't an affect,
wasn't all the way. So when did it become a cult hit? Immediately, I guess.
After I left.
So do you think that was the main impediment to the show? Why did you leave? I think you've told me, but tell me again.
It was a big combination of things, but it was a lot of tension.
Wow.
I felt at the time and still feel to this day that I got fucked over. I was the only person who wasn't given a share of the company because they were just like, we don't have to be a business with a 18-year-old.
Do you think that was the consensus?
Yeah, I think so. And I honestly didn't belong all that well with them at the time.
Right. It's not like you've been holding a grudge like Tony and Tina's wedding.
No, I've had plenty of grudge. But,
that we know.
But obviously. At this point, it's all worked itself out. But although Jim Mallon, I still can. I can still find a grudge for. But,
Jim Malice.
But I was treated badly. I was, it was sort of like. It was like if I helped found a fraternity and then you come back the next school year and they make you a pledge.
Well, it sounds like it was devious then.
It was kind of devious. It was passive aggressive at best.
Right.
They didn't deal with it. They just did it to me and kind of said live with it.
Do you think
so it was kind of like, either muscle, it was either get me to crack.
Right. Right.
Or get me to muscle under and be,
Knuckle under, I think.
Well,
you could be muscle under, but I think you're knuckling under in this case.
Knuckling under.
Now, was it mostly that one guy?
It was obviously it was a group.
Us against him.
It was it was Hodgson and him were the two main guys, so they made the decision. So,
but you've worked all of this out. Except for the one guy.
Yeah.
That you don't talk to.
I just never had a conversation with him about it. I'm sure I would. Well, I probably.
Well, who knows, right? They say that
I went from being enemy of the people to Jim Mallon hating visionary over time. So, he and I were his tension with our tension between the two of us was a key issue.
Oh, okay. And now so in other words, it wasn't, I didn't know this part of it. So, was he trying to control you? Was he trying to tell you how to be funny?
He thought I was a loose cannon. Like that needed to be controlled, and
how do you control?
I wasn't going to be controlled at the time.
How do you control a comedian?
That was the impasse.
Right.
That was the impasse. They wanted me,
What did he suggest you to do?
Huh?
What is he suggesting that you do? Let's just listen to him?
Yeah, just, act like I'm an intern, except I'm a star of the show, and I write full-time on it, But that's what I was paid less than everybody, salary-wise, by a substantial amount. Like, I didn't get a living wage. It was just like, let's get him to muscle under, knuckle under.
He was jealous of you because you were young.
Well, and I had Hodgson's ear at the time too, so it was like he didn't want that. He didn't.
The people who are in this,
I lost it, but when we went into the national show, it was a different thing. So it was, it was a big scar, because I felt, I was obviously felt highly rejected, by the end of it, and I felt, pretty, I was pissed.
right?
But I was also like, it wasn't the right time for me to do it either. It was my freshman year of college when we did the first show, the first season. And then I quit college to do the full-time thing and then found out I was going to make like $200 a week.
Right, right.
But I didn't, I was a comic for 3 years at that point.
Yeah.
2 years when we started and 3 when I left, and I was like headlining by then. And
right.
It was like, that was the life I had found for myself. And it wasn't going to an office every day, which this was. And it was like 80-hour weeks for months, it was just like, so it's like, it wasn't what I wanted to do, go to a same place every day.
So you didn't enjoy that part of it? Have you never enjoyed that part on other shows too?
It gets old. It grinds on me. But when you're doing it every day and it's a hostile place, and it became a hostile place. Malin and I were at war.
Wow. He's done so many great things since then.
But he also, he worked me really hard for information before he turned on me.
So he was devious.
He was highly devious. Yeah.
Did you know that? Did you know he was working you? I never know when people.
No, I know. I was 17 years old. Why would I think? Everything's great. It's fucking utopia. Look at what we're doing. We're making a TV show. People like it. Hey, we sold it to a thing.
Were the fans of the show aware of the?
No. And they weren't for years and years, and I don't think they are. I mean, this is kind of. I don't talk about it a lot because I don't like putting that much bad mojo on it.
Yeah.
But here's the upshot of it all. And I have, obviously I did make up with I had lots of long conversations with Hodgson, and lots of long conversations with Trace over the years. And, we obviously worked together for 6 years after that.
Right.
So it's not like, it's shit we worked through. So it's
was
not.
Trace, did he not like you as much when you first met, or?
No, he was just annoyed that I was, Trace was shut down at the time. Emotionally.
Oh, I see, yeah.
And so he was an unhappy dude at the time. I don't think he is at all anymore, but, so he just wanted to work. And so if there was emotional turmoil.
It didn't help him.
Yeah, he didn't want anything to do with it. So I was a problem,
Which is a problem with all of these groups where you work together.
But Trace was the only one to actually say anything to me about me being,
later
arrogant, at the time. No.
What do you mean? I never heard that you were arrogant.
I was totally arrogant.
Did you tell me this?
I mean, here's the thing. If they would have loved me,
they would have told you.
No, I mean, the story would have been different, but they didn't, they clearly didn't love me, They clearly were like, oh, this guy's going to be, oh, we sold the show and he's the problem,
Oh, okay.
So even though they sold the show on
with you,
the back of my work,
Well, why would they? But why would there have to be a problem? Just it was destined to.
It was Minnesota. It's a whole different vibe.
Yeah.
It was Minnesota. It was a bunch of fucking 30-year-old white guys.
So you reacted
who did not want to have any emotional conversations about anything, and I was like the uppity Jew kid, and I just didn't fit in. And they were all at this place where like, hey, we found our thing. We finally found a home.
Or something.
This is going to be our thing. And I was like, what? No, this is my first thing.
Right.
That's how I felt. So it was,
at least not.
It wasn't a match.
Down.
It wasn't a match. So I'm proud of doing it, and I'm proud of that it's lasted, and I feel responsible for setting it on its course in a lot of ways. I had a lot to do with the comedy on the show, but
it must have been hard. Not hard though, but it's like you'd already so early at an early age had success already, right? As a stand-up,
I had steady progress.
Okay,
I guess it was success, but it wasn't stardom. It was just
right.
I started at 15, and it's just like In
other words, you didn't feel like a Wunder-kind.
Well, I did and I didn't. I mean, people thought I was because I was a kid, and I was like a legit joke writing comic.
Anybody at that age who can actually go without being a pretentious, or what's the word when you're too like precocious?
Yeah.
You have to take your hat off to them.
Right.
It means they had a skill that most people don't have at that age.
Well, and people bizarre. I mean, that was the other thing, is that in the comedy stand-up world, I had all these people who like immediately accepted me as a peer when I started. And now I had this daily job where everyone treated me like I had to act like a kid. Like they were mad at me for not acting like a kid.
Right.
And that's literally what it was.
Oh, I see. In other words, they thought you were too big for your britches.
One of the showdowns I had with Madeline, he's like, you know, when I was 18, I was an intern at a public TV station. I'm like, well, what does that have to do with me, you know?
Yes, because you're in the unfortunate position of having to be you. Not the unfortunate position, but what do they want you to do? Not be creative or, well, right. I'm so young, but I'm just thinking this.
Yeah, so it was a bad, you know, it was a trap.
How did he get involved? I mean, wasn't it Joel Hodgson's idea? I mean, how did the...
Well, it was Jim who came to Joel and said, do you want to do a TV show? And it was Joel who said, I want to do this. And then Joel said, hey, do you want to Trace and I, hey, we're going to make this thing. Do you want to come?
Had Jim had that Malin guy had any experience or?
Yeah, he worked at the UHF station.
Wow.
So he was like the program director of the TV station.
I can't even
And Kevin Murphy worked at the TV station, who replaced me as Servo.
Oh. I can't really get an idea of what UHF was.
UHF was...
I mean, I know it was ultra high frequency, but...
Right. It was those numbers above 11.
28 and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was TV 23. So...
Anything else get popular from there?
From UHF? I don't know. Oh. I don't know if there's an action... I mean, there was cable access stuff, I think, that grew into real things, but I don't know if there was a UHF show that... It might be our own little narrow pocket.
That's pretty cool.
So here's the upshot. And like I said, I've made up, you know, this is only because we're talking about it and it's the anniversary. Do I bring up the...
Well, yeah, I want to hear
the real story.
Yeah.
But the upshot is I can now say that I reprised my role on Mystery Science Theater 3000 as Dr. Lawrence Earhart on the current Netflix that came
Get
out
out
on
of
Thanksgiving.
here.
Yeah.
Oh, so in other words, you can't even tell me. You can't even tell me.
I did tell you forgot.
No, you said you can't.
No, I did tell you forgot.
And it's already out?
It was months ago.
It's already out now? Or when's it coming out?
Well, it comes out on Thanksgiving, so it's out for a couple of weeks by the time we're
Congratulations,
doing this, so.
Even late.
So I don't know how it was received, and I never actually saw it yet. So.
Oh, of course, I remember when you were doing it. I just couldn't say anything about it.
Right.
Okay, now it's, when you can remember things.
There's like some Netflix code of silence that if you break it, everyone freaks out. So
you know,
who am I to be the one to break it?
Well, I also ask, can we post these when I'm on my millions of some of the acting gigs?
So I've now played the same role 30 years apart.
Man.
Yes.
Have you seen?
And for the record, the person playing the role now, Patton Oswalt, I'm still younger than him. So I just want that for the record.
Hey, that's interesting. Yeah.
The replacement cast is older than me. That's all I'm saying. But I know we have lots of MST fans. I hope my bad vibes don't upset you.
Bad vibes about what?
Just about the past.
Oh, no. It's everybody. The thing is, people. This is the show where you want to find out how the sausage was made.
Yeah. There were years where I was kind of Trotsky for a year. I was kind of written out of any mention of the history. And then when we did Cinematic Titanic, I was sort of written back into the history of the show.
Trotsky, they tried to keep him out of the story at some point?
Yeah, they sort of erased him from the...
But now you meet people, they're all like, oh, I was a Trotskyite. They're trying to sell you on that crap.
Right.
Obviously, I've hit some kind of a lull.
Or a wall, yeah, something like that.
No, not a wall.
No, a wall.
I can recover from it.
Wall.
You know how a lot of times you say, Andy, the second part of the show, it's like lightning in a bottle.
You know what we have is our homework.
Oh, my God.
Yes. And it's so late in the show.
It's like we're coasting now, right?
Yeah.
We don't even care if it's good. Who should go first?
You should.
Okay, so I saw the movie. This movie is the Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. And, you know, ever since you talked about it being like a book report, all I can think about is a book report. And I think of Yoshi Yamamoto's head shaking side to side. I don't like this part of the show. I never liked this part of the show. And so now I feel like I have to go, this book was very nice. It dealt with a lot of things from the Westerns. Anyway, I know so little about movies, I've come to the conclusion.
Yeah.
This guy is an amazing director, John Ford. And I know that by saying that, I'm showing my ignorance because he's...
No, I think,
I mean...
It's there to be seen, and if you're a great director, it's there to be seen forever and for people to go, holy shit, this guy is a master at what he does.
And you don't ask me this, but what is it that's so great about him? He is able to... He does interesting moves with the camera, but he's also close in on these people. Like you see John Wayne close up. He's not like showing you so many. Here's the vista of the Old West.
It's so efficient, that movie. That movie is like, there's not a wasted shot in that movie. It's like the peak of John Ford's powers, kind of, And
what other movies did he do?
Oh, so many. Just from Stagecoach to, through. He did 70 Westerns or something.
So here's the thing that's amazing about the movies. I realized that I hated Westerns when I was a kid, and I should have hated them because by the time, I'm a child of the 60s and the 70s, kind of, maybe.
Yeah.
And I don't know what I'm a child of. Just shut up, Andy. But they had all of these shows by that time were horrible Westerns. Your Bonanza, your Gunsmoke,
right.
Your Okay, I don't know, there were a million Mannix.
Have Gun Will Travel.
Paladin. Cannon.
Right.
No. Huh? So what I saw was hack Western stuff.
Right.
So the last thing I wanted to see was Western stuff. That's why I love the show Superman as a small child, because they had like you could see the center of a city.
Right. Sure.
I was so sick of everything by that point. So now when you see,
if you were on Green Acres, you'd be Zsa Zsa.
I'll be Zsa Zsa.
Yes.
I'll like hoo-ba-hoo. I'm a doopa-doopa. Ha-ha. I just, darling, I love you, but hoo, ha-ha-ha-ha. All right, so look. All right. If you do see this movie, you're going to say Pilgrim. You can walk around and go, hey, this is the movie where he said Pilgrim.
Yeah.
And I thought it was like, play it again, Sam. He never actually said it in the movie.
Yeah, no, he said Pilgrim.
How's it going, Pilgrim? Do you know the derivation, how he got to Pilgrim?
It could be his newcomer status.
Pilgrim. Oh, I see. But did John Wayne come up with that himself? No, it's the guy who wrote the movie.
I assume it's in the script, yeah.
I'm telling you, John Wayne, his acting is unbelievable in the movie, and Jimmy Stewart's unbelievable. In fact, I'll go even further. I would say everybody's acting is pretty amazing in this movie. And what I used to think was that these movies had hackier acting in it.
Right.
They don't.
No.
They actually have people who are those kind of characters. It was like, I was comfortably, and the one guy who was great was like a comedian guy who played the marshal.
Andy Devine.
That's who that was?
Yeah. Hey, Wild Bill, wait for me.
He was so great.
Yeah.
He was great. And a lot of people you saw in that movie were, I don't know who played, I couldn't recognize who played the woman.
Vera Miles was, I think, the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There are scenes in this movie that are just unbelievable if you haven't seen one of these movies.
Lee Marvin's super badass in it, too.
Lee Marvin is like so horrible.
Yeah.
It's a revelation, not because you haven't seen him in a long time.
Right.
I haven't seen Lee Marvin in a long time. And he is so mean. And the thing is that they use like things like the Saab hash slinger, like Sod Buster. This was a true story, I guess, on some level, or some true things in it.
Not really.
Oh, so it's not. So it's not like Peabody was a drunk guy who. I thought it was the real Peabody Awards.
No, it was because it was like a fictional territory. They never say what territory.
Oh, I got them going. They got me going with the verisimilitude.
Yeah, well, print the legend.
So none of those people's. Oh, so the whole thing with Who Shot Liberty Valance is great.
Yeah.
Everything is great about the movie. The movie did not at 1 second slow down for me.
Right.
I was totally absorbed the whole time. They show these guys eating steak. You can't even believe it. That was a steak. That was like half of whatever that animal is. They would throw it in the thing, and they had beans and they had potatoes, and everybody was having a great time.
You were hungry while you watched this.
A little bit. No, it did not look appetizing. But it did deal with one of the main problems in my life that I'm now dealing with in therapy, which was why it was an amazing movie. It dealt with the whole idea of violence, bullying, versus using your brain and a set of laws. And what do people like me, well, Jimmy Stewart's not like me, but what do people like me who will be crushed by your Liberty Valance types.
Right.
And like in therapy, I learned that I always felt like I wasn't a man because I couldn't fight.
Right.
And even in this movie, Jimmy Stewart gets real mad. Like he's not a fighter. He got an apron on sometimes.
He's brave.
But
he's not a fighter.
But he gets up once and he punches John Wayne in the face. And it's a typical thing where I've seen it so many times. Maybe John, where he rubs his chin.
Right.
And not bad. Nobody says not bad after they get banged in the face.
John Wayne fucking says not bad when they get banged.
Not bad. You know what? He even says later on, he goes, and because he's got a good punch. That's the part of me that I thought needs to come out at some time. That's never going to come out. I am not going to punch somebody unless I have to defend myself.
Right. Well,
so, why would I?
Yeah.
Because I didn't think I was a man.
If you did, you'd be an asshole.
No, because I didn't understand on an emotional level that I was buying into that I'm a coward, either I'm a coward or I'm a hero.
Yeah.
I kind of bought into it literally.
Right. Black and white thing.
Black and white, I'm a coward.
Yeah.
And this was so great because it was like...
Well, I mean, if we were choosing teams, let's be honest. I love the dead stare. I love it.
I'm not aware of what you're saying. I don't think my face has changed at all. God, I could be the worst actor of my generation. That's being insulting to actors.
And it won't really help your acting career if you cop to your generation either.
I don't know why I'm old. Then there was some funny thing. He does some funny fucking things like John Ford, like funny comedy things.
Yeah, he had all the moves. He really did.
Yeah, all the moves. And I think I got you.
And you kind of see how you see a lot of John Ford and Bogdanovich, the Last Picture Show too. You see a lot of his.
Yes, that's exactly what I saw.
Yeah.
Now, what is the generation? It's John Ford to... No, I'm getting it wrong.
What?
Who directed Chinatown?
Polanski.
Who was in Chinatown?
John Huston.
Okay. That's, I get mixed up, the John Huston family. So the John Ford family is just John Ford.
Yeah.
It's not Henry Ford, was his brother.
Right. No.
Okay. And the John Huston family, that's like Walter Huston and...
Yeah, I'm not sure what the John and Walter Huston...
I think I mixed it up.
Is.
But,
and it might be Walter. Actually, I think it's Walter Huston in Chinatown.
Oh.
I think, yeah. Yeah, I think it is. Don't make me look it up, but I'm pretty sure it's Walter Huston.
How much want to bet?
I'm going to go $5. It's
$5 is
Walter.
John. I say it's $5. It's John Huston. Ladies and gentlemen, this is two obnoxious Jews. This is two Jews who've never gotten past the part of their life where they are competing. But I know it's not Walter Huston because I know John Huston, what he looks like.
You're probably right. It's John Huston. I owe you $5.
No, you know what? You know what? Double it on this. Double down. So, the other thing was no, please don't. You know what? I'll take it.
I wanted heard on the podcast.
Oh, look at this. This is something I didn't have. Oh, I'm like Adam Sandler. Did you finally watch his special?
No, I still haven't.
Okay, that's something we're going to do as a homework. It's not a bad homework thing.
It's not a bad homework.
No, but do you want me talking about? Do you want me talking about Sandler?
Well, you've seen it though, right?
No.
You said you did.
His new special?
Yeah.
No.
You haven't? Okay, then we should watch it and talk about it.
And I want to prove that I have an open mind.
Okay, so here's my new thought is that, we're tweaking homework so that from now on we're going to watch the same thing just so we can have a discussion about one thing.
I think that's a better idea.
Yeah.
But not to say that this wasn't grand.
Hey, it's a test show.
That's right.
My movie, Bob and Carol, Ted and Alice, because I could not get a copy of 1,000 Clowns.
Right. Which
there
is so
was one
sad.
copy on DVD for $50 on Amazon.
Wow.
And I wasn't going there.
It was in regular rotation when I was a kid in the movie, on the TV.
I kind of once I looked, I kind of remember that it was. I've heard that it's one of those sort of
hard things,
got out of print kind of movies.
Yeah,
because every time they upgrade the catalogs, they lose a percentage of the catalog. You know.
Oh. I feigned familiarity with that topic.
I took it as interest. So. So Bob and Carol, Ted and Alice, another Mazursky film on the heels of Harry and Tonto. Interesting movie because of its time. You know, it's very much much like Harry and Tonto, very much a boom. This is 1969.
Yeah.
And I liked it because of that. What was interesting about it to me is that it's really kind of a play.
Yes, I'd say so.
I mean, it never was a play, but it's written like a play. There's like such long scenes, you know, and it seems like there's only 6 scenes in the whole movie, you know, and there probably is more, but every scene is a long conversation.
And what's that song that's the great song that's in there? What the World Needs Now?
Yeah. What the world
yeah. Whose song is that?
Now. I think it's a Bacharach song that Dionne Warwick maybe did first.
Right.
But I'm probably wrong again. So yeah, it was good. I didn't, you know, I didn't think anyone's performance was awesome in it. I thought Culp was probably the best acting in it.
He was such a great actor, Culp.
Yeah. Yeah, he was really good.
It was funny because he was on Raymond later when I was on Raymond. So I always wanted to see, but it wasn't the same character.
Yeah, he has this very manly thing about him that he controls very well, you know.
And the fact that their banter was so cool on the I Spy thing.
I Spy, which I never got into watching I Spy.
Neither did I, because it was too old for me, but I thought it was cool. I never watched more than 2 minutes.
I could see why it was super cool in its time.
Yeah, it's a black guy and a white guy going,
I was thinking like a cop and a rapist, but, you know, whatever.
What? Oh. Why do you have to bring that?
Why? Why wouldn't I?
Don't you separate the artist from the... Me too. Ooh.
So yeah, I mean, it was good. Diane Cannon, I never can quite
wrap yourself around.
Can't wrap myself around Diane Cannon. Natalie Wood was not a believable character. Probably the least believable character. She was a little too with the program, I think.
Right.
Without any cracks.
But the tone was I just thought the tone was so different than what I don't know what I expected, but the tone was so conversational. It had that Heartbreak Kid kind of feel to it too.
Yeah, I love and I don't love his dialogue. You know, I love that it's really naturalistic. I like when people talk the way they talk.
Yes.
But what I would like more is if you have that, but a little more economy in scenes.
I say, yeah.
You know, there's too little objective for that much scene a lot of the time in terms of the plot, you know.
I guess when I see something in a movie from that time period that's where it's like hipper than I thought it would be, I almost overreact to it. It's like, wow, they were so hip back then.
Yeah.
But they kind of were.
But it's kind of the difference of, I mean, like Liberty Valance, pretty timeless movie.
Unbelievable. You know, I mean, I am.
Whereas this is like more of a curiosity, this movie. This is more of a snapshot of a moment, it feels like. It's not, dramatically, there's not a lot to give a shit about.
No. And it's forgettable because I don't remember a lot of the scenes in that movie.
Well, and I had seen a lot of it, if not all of it, when I was young, but I just remembered visually what it was. I don't think I gave a shit when I was a kid watching it, you know.
But the thing that was riveting to me about it was that the house at the end of my block, the Liebert Reverend, can I say Lieberts? What are they going to do? They don't care.
They're dead.
No, they're not. They're still on the thing. Hey, Mrs. Liebert's outside. Pranks. So their house, which was always an interesting looking house, it was a 1-story house, but it had like an interesting courtyard. That was the house that was the exterior shots were shot. Maybe even some interior. I don't know. Why would they? They wouldn't be would they be at Silver Cup? But you have to admit that's exciting for kids.
Sure, absolutely.
And you know what my parents said about it?
I remember when a Gary Busey movie filmed in Minneapolis, and
Which one?
Fooling Around. That's right.
Not Buddy Holly?
No.
Oh.
Post Buddy Holly.
That's cool.
With Eddie Albert.
Is it a good movie?
Annette O'Toole, I think. No, it's a terrible movie. But it had lots of Minneapolis locations.
But here's my mom's reaction. Hey, Mom, they're shooting that movie down the street. Yes. How long? Much longer with the traffic? How much longer? How much longer? She doesn't talk like that, but that was the gist.
Right.
How much longer? And it was always in my mind that, it wasn't so great for my parents.
Right.
That it was
That's why you went into show business.
I have a feeling ultimately there will be no good reason why they find ID card. If they ever do a book about me. You know what? We thought we would find a thread of like, this guy was destined.
Right.
This guy was he was a bum.
He was on life's access road.
What does that mean? Like a service road?
It's the service road that goes alongside the highway.
Well, you know what I'm going to do? Because I'm a rebel. I'm going to have chocolate.
Oh, Jesus.
And I'm hoping that you will then...
Can you just wait? Just wait until we take the break. We're seconds away. Especially now,
now
that I'm under threat.
Okay, you know what I said to myself? He's not going to make me... And I was like, I'm going to eat the chocolate. Why is that better? What do I hope to accomplish?
I don't know. You're trying to bully me is what you're trying to do.
Yeah, that's right. I'm like...
so our assignment for next week will be the Sandler thing. Let's just do that.
Yes. We'll watch the Adam Sandler
stand-up. It'll be good.
Yeah. It's on Netflix.
And since it's Thanksgiving...
I'm coming back next Monday, though. Oh, we'll talk about that.
We're going to do a show next Monday, right? Or we can do it later in the week, or we can skip a week because we're one ahead too, if you want.
Yeah. Oh, boom, bang, boom. Let me entertain you. Go ahead. Sorry.
Since it's Thanksgiving week now, here in real world, I'm going to do an Allison song of gratitude.
That makes me so happy.
I think it's about Elon, her son. It's called "Must Have Done Something Right."
That's cool. Well, I haven't heard yet. And we're out. 75 degrees downtown Los Angeles. I must have done something right.
We must have done something right to hear that song, huh, Andy?
I love that
Quite
song.
a treat from the little lady.
I love that song.
Yeah,
that
it's
song
nice.
is a hit. That song is a hit, and it's a celebration.
It is.
Now, what is that Beatles sounding chord? You go to a minor from a major? How does that work? Bum, ba, bum, ba, da, 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 da. I know when I hear it.
That's a descending something.
Yeah, well, in my case, it's a testicle.
Who?
Huh?
Just the one?
You know, a lot of people said to me, and you're saying you're not in the Vienna Boys Choir?
You're in the Vienna Sausage Choir.
Oh, you don't want to see it being made? That was a great time. I'm telling you.
She's good, that wife of mine.
She's the greatest. That's an anthem. That's an anthem.
So, we are...
I'm one of these people who latches onto a word. No collusion. It's an anthem. Look at Madonna. Holy moly.
Andy was talking about how he went to town on the Madonna.
Well, I didn't do anything weird.
No, I think just masturbating is what
Did you know that John Huston's in this thing?
John Huston is in this issue. I was digging through archives for this thing that I was working on and found the Madonna Playboy that Andy cranked off to all those years ago.
This is just the most
hey, I should give that to Andy.
First of all,
and John Huston is in it.
I didn't know it was laminated. That's not laminated.
It rinses clean.
See? And that's just the first joke I came up with. Look at this. You know, as I'm looking at this, I do remember having a problem finding where it was. Oh, well, come on.
Yeah.
What are you going to have? Rating Nielsen, like she has ratings? Oh, it's not right in the middle. It's towards... It's like halfway.
You have muscle memory.
What the heck?
No, that's not.
Who is her? Miss September, a day I'll always remember. Oh my God.
Okay.
This is terrible.
Bad radio.
It's not. She's not even in this fucking goddamn. Why am I cursing?
I don't know.
I actually remember this cartoon.
Yeah.
Notice any difference in me? I've started eating eggs laid by hens that scratch around in the dirt and get screwed by roosters. This is the stupidest. Oh, I'm sorry. This is John Dempsey. 20 questions for Billy Crystal. What does Fernando have that Ricardo and Cesar don't? And how did he get it? Okay, look.
All right.
Okay, I'm sorry. She's the most beautiful woman up to that point for me.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Here's a little time capsule for you.
Don't make it sick. Dirty.
I think that was a good friend, I think, is what I think it is.
That is so cool.
Thank you is what most people would say.
They would say that, but I'm in character.
All righty. Shall we get to the questions? That wasn't rhetorical.
No, I was saying, yeah, I think we should.
All right.
And I think that I hope people step up their game tonight.
Let's start out with something rhetorical. David Gogo says, "Are you keeping it real?" Yeah, damn right we are.
Thanks, David. You know, sometimes you need that reminder.
That's right. Yoshi Yamamoto, right up top here.
Yoshi Yamamoto, got inside.
He hates our thing.
Got inside Josh Elvis Weinstein's grill.
No, it's me editing it that got into my grill. It was going, okay, we're making it too long. There's too much spread with two movies.
Okay, so in other words, you're saying Yoshi should be on the staff.
Sure, yes, he is on the staff.
I know, because we only have 6 listeners.
Right.
And it's a mitzvah.
Yoshi says, Florida has been utterly depressing post-election, and I could use something to cheer me up. Andy, please reenact another showbiz conversation.
Another showbiz conversation. Hey, Andy. Hey, Andy. Is Michael Brooks going to come down this time? I haven't answered this one yet, but I'm going to answer it. I'm going to see if Michael's around. Yeah. 2 shows? Yeah. And I don't want you to pay it all for the second show. No. Yeah. Michael Brooks? Oh, God. I mean, Alex has to step up his game, even in my impression.
He really does. Guy Incognito says, have you spiralers seen the Netflix doc that came out on Orson Welles' Nutty Vanity Project, They'll Love Me When I'm Dead, on his last motion picture?
I got to see it.
Of the Wind.
How can you not see that?
He sure was a big role of something, I'll tell you. Worth a watch. No, I haven't seen it yet, but I for sure will.
So he's like full of himself in the whole thing, probably, right?
Probably. We'll have to watch it.
Damn it.
But, yeah.
Thank you for turning me on to that. How do we find it? Oh, Netflix.
Yes.
Yeah.
Michelle Weiscarver says, good evening, gents. I'm a big fan of cars and love vintage autos. My dad, brother, and nephew and I, and mom before she passed, have an auto collision repair shop and do restorations. Do either of you have a love of cars, and if so, any favorite makes or models?
You go first because I think you maybe have more of a knowledge of it than I do.
I don't have like any kind of a car fetish, but I like early Corvettes. I think are super cool. If I was to, I like sort of quirky too. If I was to do like a restored car, I would probably do like a resto mod, which is like a restored but with modern.
Say it again.
A resto mod.
Wow.
Which is restored but with modern parts, so it drives like a.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I would probably get like a cool little BMW 2002.
Yeah, absolutely.
That, like an older one.
You know what I'm doing right now?
Not caring.
Playing along.
Yeah, thank you.
Why a BMW? I don't see you as a BMW.
I don't know. I just like that little.
It's very Nazi-like.
That little dorky high roof car.
That's interesting, but I would never think you'd even notice that in the road. It looks like a little.
I like little cars.
Okay, how about those Mini Coopers and things?
I like them in spirit, but I don't. At this point,
But they always look like they go, "Oh, look at this guy, cute speedometer." Well, come on.
Yeah.
I'm already cute. I don't need it in my car.
I like little and fast.
Here's the thing. I am fascinated by Michelle Weiscarver. First of all, the name.
Heavy metal restoration.
It's unbelievable.
Car restoration.
She has so much going on with her family. And I'm just...
She was an American girl.
Bum, bing, bang, boom.
Except
bang,
German.
Boom, bang, bang, bang. So I'm fascinated. I love cars, but my wife knows more about cars than I do. But I'm not one of these people who goes, what's to like? And it gets you from one place to another. I believe in the beauty of a car, but I'm not as familiar with them.
Yeah.
As
I'm not a big car head, but I do. There's I love cool design across the board.
Design. If you like design, you should be able to like cars.
But I don't have a speed fetish, and I don't have a grumbling engine fetish. Really,
I have a speed fetish, but actually for speed.
Yes. That
I've been injecting recently, and they say
into your penis. Chaotic neutral. When was the last time you smoked weed with seeds in it?
No, that's a long time, baby. We used to have
I actually found there were some seeds in a batch not long ago.
Yeah, but it's good.
It's an anomaly.
It's an anomaly. But I'm old enough to have smoked horrible weed. It was brown.
Yeah.
It was called Colombian. Who knew where it came from?
I think we're all old enough to have smoked horrible weed.
You think so?
Yes.
I'm so tired. I'm so tired of you not allowing me to be the old guy.
I smoked plenty of ditch weed in my...
Wow, it's so bad, too.
Yeah.
You ever have that weed that you buy, it's got seeds, and it also smells like it's a little bit moldy?
Yes. You know why? Because it's moldy.
Is that true?
Yes.
I will say this. I do remember a friend of mine back in high school quit smoking pot, and he gave me all of his pot.
Yeah.
And it was all these like samples of stuff. And he really did have like Acapulco Gold.
Yeah.
And like a Nicaraguan red.
A collector.
And there were like 12 of these.
And that's why he had to quit. Because
I know.
It became his life.
I felt so lucky.
Yeah, you were.
So I do think there was interesting pot. Like I don't see Acapulco Gold even around. I'd like it.
No, but lamb's bread is around. That's the same vintage of
Is it?
strain, yeah.
Well, lamb's bread, I'm very, it's like a lot of things that Josh recommends. You go, what does he know? In this case, the lamb's bread, he's right on the money.
Thank you.
I'm playing the character of an idiot. How am I doing? Not bad.
Not bad, no. Arthur Nitschke says, Andy mentioned John Prine last episode. Do you have a favorite John Prine song, Andy? How did you discover his music?
Well, I used to be, when I would be in the bands, I used to play Angel from Montgomery. And I think that was my favorite song of his for a while.
Yeah.
But then I just started to hear stuff that from when I started to get into Steve Earle and all those people, then I got into his stuff. And I just love him. But I don't know enough about everything, but I love his sense of humor.
You know what he is?
What's that?
He's a songwriter.
It's true. And he has that song about the Iraq War. That's so great. Some humans ain't human.
I got into him somehow through John Hyatt. I think I saw them together.
I can see that. I can see, yeah. I think he's been sick, but he seems like he's okay. I don't know.
He had throat cancer.
Oh, what? That's amazing.
I heard him. I think he's told the story a bunch of times when he wrote his book, but I heard him years ago talking about when he went to get radiation, and the tech was going, we can shield your vocal cord. We're going to try to create a shield for your vocal cords, to protect him from the radiation because he had throat cancer. And he's like, have you heard me sing? Just get the cancer.
Now, there's a guy who's comfortable with how he sounds, raspy and great.
Yeah, and he came out different from after the cancer, but he still can express his songs.
I root for him.
Sure.
I don't want to die is the main thing I'm saying.
Okay.
Especially though I'm $5, but now I'm $5 up.
Yeah.
I bet.
Gratuitous Phil, I think, thinks I'm someone else. I really enjoyed Disenchantment and look forward to next season. That was the other Josh Weinstein's show. Is that like a meta joke? I don't know. I think he might think I'm the other.
He
Josh
might
Weinstein.
still think.
Yeah.
So are you going to answer back as the other guy?
Well, right now, no, I won't. I always refer people.
I got a new slam for your hat. You ready?
Sure.
Hey, does Crofts know that you have it? Does Seals know you have his hat?
I think Croft sells the joke better, but Seals is probably accurate.
You trying to tell me that you think it's him who wore the hat?
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't think of either of them. Are they dead? Send it in. Send your answers in.
Are you England Dan or John Ford Coley tonight?
Hey.
So continuing with Gratuitous Phil, do you think it's better to pursue impeachment or just expose a Trump's traitorous conspiracy and politically sideline him, the GOP Senate majority, as an illegitimate product of criminal enterprise?
I've never been right about anything. I mean, after that 2016 election, I hesitate to make any predictions, but I think everything that people are thinking, he's not going to be here in 2020. He will not be here. Because I think, and then the other part of me says, what are you talking out of your ass again? You don't know whether he'll be here or not. I think the things that are coming out are going to be so major, they're going to snowball. That's what I think.
That's what I hope.
But I could be wrong.
It's going to snowball.
It's exciting,
going to snowball to impeachment or resignation or jail or what?
Yes. I think it's going to be resignation because he's a quitter. He's a coward and a quitter. He doesn't ever do anything himself. He won't want to go to jail. And he won't want his sons to go to jail. Maybe. I don't think he cares about his son.
I think he does.
Let me finish.
I think he cares especially about his daughter, but I think
Ivanka?
His son going to jail, I think would.
Ivanka's done a great job. I'm pleasantly surprised.
Perush says, see how much new material and characters that you come up with when you don't do the homework section? Last week there was no homework. Passive-aggressive guys, case in point. Come on, Thought Spiral, time to hit the reset button on the format. Perush is now turned on us.
Oh, wait a second.
We got Perush and we got Yoshi.
Here's
our
what
two super fans don't like our new show.
Here's what I predict. Here's why I think. Show. I think this is what they're getting at. I think what they're getting at is the elusive quality of podcasts that you like, which I don't even want to talk about because then you start sounding like I'm creating a nice show for the people. But when you start to see a formula like My Name is Earl and it has a list,
right.
As soon as they hear us introduce the thing, there's going to be that moment of like, well, it's a bit. But I still don't know if that doesn't means anything. I think your fix on it might be. I think you're actually responding to something you may feel that they may be right about, but I don't know because I can't tell. It just seems like fun to me.
No, I mean I still like the idea, but having edited a few versions of it and seeing how
it goes on a long time.
It pushes the first half of the show to more than the first half of the show, and so it.
And how come nobody says don't do the questions anymore? Because the questions are always different, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
And it gets us off on Jags.
Yeah. I'm disappointed in you.
Why?
It was your idea.
Okay, fine.
Someone's got to be the fall guy.
Sure. Okay.
I don't want to hear Rachel. I'm just going to complain to you about this.
What?
I don't want to hear Rachel Maddow's podcast right now. She's doing a podcast about all the shenanigans and all the stuff that went on back. It's going on now. I know that I'm going to watch that special about. I heard that recently that Nixon tried to fix the election so that LBJ couldn't negotiate peace.
Yes,
but I don't want to hear Rachel talk about things that are 40 years old or whatever. Your take and get us out. Back to the questions.
I'm with you. Not interested.
That's true.
Okay.
Which is, and a lot of times, how we differ. You have a point. I couldn't care less.
Right. That's usually our back and forth. You talk, I don't care. I talk, you don't care.
That's what people. What keeps people coming back to the degree that they are?
I'm not sure. I think if we're losing Yoshi and we're losing
Perush. First of all,
Perush.
It's a double-edged sword. I'm enraged at them. Enraged.
Well, I'm defiant, honestly.
Defiant.
I'm a little defiant, I have to say.
Has anyone said they like the questions?
Yeah, a lot of people have. Way more than I've said no.
But maybe it's getting old. And if it's pushing the second half... First of all, whatever Perush and Yoshi say, we should follow like puppy dogs.
I don't think... I'm not... See, no, I'm more rebellious than that.
Yeah. First of all, we're giving them too much airtime now.
Next thing you know, we'll be airing entire Yoshi Yamamoto campaign speeches.
What's in it for us, Yoshi? Why don't you do some homework?
Has it ever occurred to you we just need something to fucking talk about? Huh?
Well, I think what they're saying, what Perush and Yoshi might be saying is, yes, you can do these different departments, but switch them up. Okay. Like I could do a painting.
You come up with the next department.
I think
and
we
then
should
follow through.
We should each write a poem about Perush and Yoshi.
Okay. Nipsey Russell.
Nipsey Russell.
Shiftless Element says, tell you what we ought to do. Give assault rifles to the unborn, undocumented immigrants. Then we'd finally get those clowns in Congress to put a stop to this overused joke format. Hey, am I wrong, people?
That's very good. I would like to put him on the staff of writing hack stuff.
Sure.
This guy knows what I'm talking about.
Hi, this is Jim Johnson. I'm the producer over at Hack It Up.
Yeah.
And we've really
Josh,
we've been having an eye on you. Yes, I am using the phone because I'm in character.
It's off-putting. It's an audio bit.
All right. Well,
no, I'm sorry. I did not mean to interrupt.
Oh,
now.
You?
Oh, I'm sorry, Josh. What was Andy's reaction after the first year of doing the podcast? Oh, were you talking, Josh?
Yes. Enlightened Misanthrope says, since you guys grew up in places other than California, do you find that it is as plastic and horrible socially as everyone says it is, or is that a misconception? If you agree, do you think it's because you came from elsewhere that this is more apparent to you than others? No, because I think it's the obnoxious people also came from elsewhere.
Yes, they did come from elsewhere.
It is the bottomless ambition that hollows people out. And,
the bottomless,
and that also drives them to Los Angeles.
And the baseless ambition, the ambition based on a dream.
Yes.
Because I've always said too many things, so I won't repeat it. But get off of your ass and stop thinking about. Oh God, I'm starting to be like a boot camp guy. Josh, get in here, Mr. Weinstein. Yeah, I think you said it best.
That was like a fucking Trump transcript. That was
I lost my place.
Undecipherable.
Okay.
Just talking to talk.
Okay, now of all the horrible things that you've seen, that thing where he starts talking about raking.
The raking was pretty terrible. Calling it pleasure was kind of good too.
So our hearts go out to all the people
in pleasure.
In pleasure,
we were just in pleasure.
Paradise.
That's sort of an ironic name, not pleasure. It's paradise. Paradise, right?
Right. What? You need some paper towels?
Fuck, man. That's my Mark Russell commentary. Fuck, man.
Fuck, man.
Speaking of commentary, I wake up this morning, and our beloved Jen Kirkman is trending. And I'm like, oh shit, did something happen? Well, something did happen. She wrote a thread that that torched the far left Bernie people.
Oh, good.
I didn't read through it because I
that's
just didn't
good.
want to see the carnage.
I'm so tired of the Bernie people in a way, but I'm not going to get involved if everyone turns on Jen. Boom.
Yeah. Well,
but sometimes she can say she can get it whipped up.
It was intentional to get. If you don't write a screed that long.
Right.
Without wanting to bring it. Without wanting people to bring it. So, cheers to you, Jen.
But, yeah, Jen, we love you.
I didn't jump in, and I apologize.
I will jump in. Well, first of all, I defend people as if I'm a man.
I wasn't going to jump in to defend her. That would be stupid.
No, let's not defend. No,
that is a fool's errand.
What you do is you wait
I'll
a week.
defend her for
being who she is. You wait a week and see if she's still there, and then you go, "Woo! Glad that went by." There's nobody funnier than her, though.
Absolutely.
And every time she gets in an argument, I always say she's doing it right. I don't know what I'm saying, because I know I'm not going to do it right. I get crazy upset. She doesn't seem to get upset. She seems to get...
she gets righteous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Notice I didn't say self-righteous. I said actually.
Interesting.
I said actually righteous.
Righteous indicating that it's
Oh, man.
I don't know. I think you're purposely elongating the show now.
Don't worry. I'll be busy purposely shortening it later. Jim Meehan says, do you think baseball should ban defensive shifts to preserve the who's on first routine? So future generations don't grow up thinking it's normal for I don't know to cover second base.
That's a great joke.
Very funny.
Yeah.
Mark Thompson says, have either of you ever waited in line to get a Black Friday deal? Absolutely not. Yes.
I never waited in line to see a movie or to get a laptop.
Yeah, I've been in maybe 2-3 consumer lines in my life.
Yeah. It's not us.
Not us. Tweet Bahara. Josh, the parade you were in as a kid was really your Midwestern hometown marching all the Jews to downtown Main Street for the annual Jew count, right?
Everybody is either taking our style or they had our style and are adding on to it.
I think so. I don't know. When people, genocide jokes incoming don't work as well as genocide jokes outgoing.
They don't, but another way, and there's another part of me it doesn't even care. In other words,
he didn't say right, by the way. I threw it.
I knew you threw that in there. No, I'm lost.
I was trying to get it to land.
Well, you can always do that with adding a cha-cha or choo-choo.
That's right.
All I'm looking at is Madonna on the front.
Except now our people add cha-chas and choo-choos to their saying.
What am I going to do with this? I'm going to be in my bathroom again with the wife saying, what's going on? I'm going to be right out. I don't know why I talk like that.
Let's see. Okay. Kirk says, when you went to Los Angeles, did you visit locations of TV shows and movies you watched growing up?
I didn't. But you see, the problem with me was I didn't move out. I moved out for music. So I didn't come out here ever saying I want to see the set. I didn't even want to see the set of The Tonight Show. I don't know why I came out here, but I wanted to get away from home.
Right. And this was the farthest.
And it's the farthest. And the only things that I did that were absolutely touristy things that drove me nuts was I went on that Universal tour 5 times because one of them was involved with a gig.
Well, that was you looking at movie locations then. Technically.
That's true. How about you?
No, I didn't. But it was more like learning the city and then seeing it on TV.
Yes.
It was more the reverse of going, oh, that's down the street. Oh, that's that corner.
And Susan, because she's so visual, she could almost win a "Where is that?" contest.
Really?
Shut up. Just shut up.
No,
I'm very angry at you. No, I'm done. I've had it. Turn in your thing.
Okay.
No, I want your key back.
Okay, you got it.
Your key card.
Yeah, it's in your desk.
Okay. That's not my key card. That's not my desk.
That's my popcorn. Dave Impeach Trump L says, first time question. You two have been talking about Python quite a bit, but have either of you listened to their big influence, Spike Milligan and The Goon Show?
I have not, and I think I should.
That's another thing to look into.
Is that the guy from Arthur?
No, that's John Gielgud.
And not Dudley Moore was not in that
Dudley
group?
Moore was, no, he was in the other one with Peter Cook.
Jonathan Moore? I don't know what I'm saying.
Peter Cook.
Peter Cook, yeah.
Is it Beyond the Fringe?
It sounds like it could be.
But yes, I've listened to some Goon Show. I listened to a cassette box set of Goon shows years ago.
And who's in that?
That was Spike Milligan and Peter Sellers and...
Oh, I got to see that. I'll probably enjoy it, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's funny. It's funny, bizarre, loony stuff. And you see how it influenced the Beatles and you see how it influenced Python. It's definitely, that's the wellspring of that generation of humor.
Right. I'm very happy that you were tying it together for us.
Yes. And we're back to Twitter. All right.
Oh, it's Twitter. Is that only where we get questions from?
It is, and we should address that because people have been asking more and more. Because people write in questions on email, thinking that we're going to ask them on the show,
and I answer them, or
no, but we just never remember to
get to those.
So we have enough Twitter questions every week. So if you really want to get a question on the show, go to Thought Spiral at Twitter and include the hashtag of the next show number.
Right, otherwise we'll never see it.
Right, so hashtag test show 83 would be the next one.
For example, I'm not looking, I never go and look for test show 48 anymore.
Right, that's how it works. So we always try to answer questions when you email them in. We're a few weeks behind right now. I have a big load to send on to you.
I know, it's amazing. I love when you're behind.
But, everything kind of stopped this past few weeks while I worked on this project.
It's like I'm saying, like, you know what, Josh? You need your head in that game.
Yes.
It's always an excuse for me not to do anything.
CJ says, Test Show 80 was probably my favorite to date.
Ooh.
On fire. Question for Test Show 82. I would think two guys would run out of things to talk about by now. I was right, but still very funny. The Seinfeld of podcasts.
I think he's right, and I think he's the flip side of the whining that Yoshi and Peruge have done.
Yes.
You just notice that the more Josh brings in formal ideas, the more it's stiff. I don't know what I'm saying.
Well,
what I was basically saying was, anytime we say, and now I didn't do the what have I listened to on podcasts this week?
Right.
I don't know what I'm saying.
No, I mean, I tend to agree that us being deliberate about anything is never a recipe for success.
All right, but I think the switch is good. Wait till the
But like I said,
wait till the new thing comes out.
There's way more pro than con on the whole homework thing.
Because we'll be both talking about.
In fact, there's a teacher who wrote in today talking about how he's playing our stuff for his film students to talk about enjoying film, how people enjoy film.
I think that's really cool.
Uh-huh.
You see, Yoshi, some people do care about us. Man, what if Yoshi has a complex from this? The guy flew out here from Hong Kong.
Right, but he felt fine scolding us from Florida. So
what's going on with that?
I don't know.
I think we'll put him on.
Cargo 21 says, Andy, you said you missed some of the life of Brian. Did you miss Always Look on the Bright Side of Life? Yes, he must have, because he quit 10 years.
Wait a second.
No, that was, yeah.
Oh, wait, is that the end of the movie?
Yes.
I didn't see it. That's got to be the greatest ending in the world, right?
It's pretty good.
Always look on the bright. Is it because he gets crucified and he realizes that it's still all how you look at it?
A little something like that.
Yeah, so I missed the best scene in the movie. Thanks.
Yeah, because most people say, 10 minutes before the end, that's when to bail.
You know what, Josh? I have a lot of obligations.
You do. Greg Kelly says, I wonder what it sounded like when Foster Brooke carved a Thanksgiving turkey. Farm bird.
That was really... All I can say is that you did try.
Would you like a drumstick? A leg.
Why are the people are torturing us now by, what would Foster Brooks sound like, ordering Foster Grants? I need a new pair of glass. I need a new pair of glass. I need give me new specs.
Well, you have no commitment.
True.
Film Gertz says, have either of you seen Space Jam? Thoughts?
No.
Yes,
see it.
I have.
Is it pretty cool?
It's not that cool. No, I didn't like it.
Is it with Michael Jordan?
It's Michael Jordan and NBA stars and Looney Tunes.
Animation?
It's both. It's animation and live action interspersed to less effect than Roger Rabbit. But I guess if I was 10 years younger, I might have gotten into it. But it was
it's a little bit.
It's dumb.
People say WALL-E is a great movie. Have you seen that?
WALL-E is a good movie. Yeah, I really like it. But no, I never dug Space Jam very much.
You know what? I am so, and no offense to the person who asked that, but I probably won't see it.
No.
It still doesn't interest me. It's like Michael Jordan, all of a sudden he's a cartoon.
No, he's not a cartoon. He stays live action.
He's live action.
Yes.
So is there a cartoon Michael Jordan who's making ball baskets?
No.
No, it's Space Aliens.
It's live.
God,
Michael Jordan.
I pity anybody who ever has to work with me in assisted living. Andy, it's time to go are we eating now?
Because you're a pleasure while you're still independent.
You want me to get ready now, Josh?
Yes, Mr. Kindler, it's time for lunch.
Me and Josh living.
It's time for lunch, Mr. Kindler.
We're roommates. Why can't we be roommates?
No, I'm the orderly. You don't want to be my roommate. You need someone on the outside.
I do need someone advocating for me on the outside. That's right. I keep forgetting I'm considerably older than you.
Yes.
I'm going to be one of the people that you use as an example of how to deal with death.
I'm actually pretty well versed.
Yeah, I know. You got a head start.
80 Morgan says, I would hate you to think I am just giving up on the New Orleans Axeman murders and why Eddie would give Andy a video of silent comedian knowing Andy is a true murder podcast expert.
I know. It's true. I'm telling you. I just can't. I'm starting to plan my own murders.
So look up the Axeman New Orleans thing and take this off 80 Morgan's plate, will you?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, all right.
Does he want me to watch a specific thing?
New
Orleans?
Something about the Axeman murders and comedians.
Okay, I will do that. There's so much stuff on ID Discovery.
Tommy Barcanero says, Happy Thanksgiving, Andy and Josh. Thanks, Tommy.
That's
do you
nice.
think? Do you like to get on the dance floor when you attend weddings, or do you prefer to observe the dancing from afar? I
like to dance, but but it's always a weird thing getting on a dance floor. So it's a mixed thing. I feel like I came from a generation of people that can only dance sarcastically.
Yeah, I'm a begrudging dancer, for sure. My wife likes to dance, so I will, but not much.
No, I'm sure you're not.
I don't do the ironic dancing.
I know, I do.
Yeah, I've seen it.
It's sad, though, to do the ironic dancing.
It's one of those things that I particularly in my life try to fight through is that kind of self-consciousness, non-commitment things.
I know. It must be hell for you. That's why I hope that you get sentenced to some kind of ongoing party forever. Like, to me, if I wanted to make you suffer, it would be a conga line in purgatory. It just keeps bang, bang.
I'd probably like that more than mingling in purgatory.
How about mangling? Okay.
Seth Dick III. Remember the hilarious Timothy Hutton Kim Cattrall vehicle, Turk 182?
I didn't see that.
Hell yes, I do. Tyler flew.
You saw it?
Yes.
I told you I saw Doc Hollywood, right?
Yes.
Okay. I don't think I want to see...
Taylor knew Tyler flew. That's all I'm saying. Luke Hawley says, ever catch your parents having sex?
Well, because I tried. No. I never did. I don't want to hear even go down that road. You can do it.
No, I never did. I was aware that my parents did have sex.
Oh, stop it. Oh. Why were you aware?
Because they had coloring books made of them having sex for us.
Ding bang. Weird.
No, because they were they were open. I knew that they did, but it was never like.
I wish I could
never heard it, saw it.
Your stories about your parents have ruined my childhood.
Erica Vanover says, hello? Erica Vanover?
That's a new name.
Says, hello from the past. I'm on Test Show 38. Love your pod and enjoy catching up to modern times.
That is cool.
Hi from the future.
Yes, we're now...
I hope you made it all the way to the 80s, Erica.
We never worked it out.
That's true. Perush, again.
Uh-oh.
I hope he has something nicer to say.
Yeah, instead of putting us down constantly.
Does Andy Kindler plan to bring up Parkinson's or oats when he meets his mother for Thanksgiving?
Hi, Mom. How you doing?
I have Parkinson's.
Why would you ask me that?
Silent laugh for those of you at home.
Oh, I've hyperventilated.
You don't have Parkinson's.
Oh, God. Oh.
Tweet Bahara. So Casper the Friendly Ghost was once a little kid that died. I realized that at the age of 10. Boom. Comic and cartoon ruined.
Is that true? No.
Yes, of course. He's a dead child.
He don't... What the... I thought... Isn't he like Richie Rich?
Yeah, except dead.
Yeah, but... Oh, God, that's depressing.
Well...
Now I'll never be able to... But they never do a storyline about...
No, they don't talk about it. It's just a realization that one has to come to.
I swear to God, part of me thinks I'm in a hotel room leaving the housekeeping tip.
Oh, because of the 5?
Yeah.
I can take it back if you want.
Don't do that. It's one of the few times I've won.
Tweet Bahara says they should sell pot-infused fruit-flavored candy for Andy. They do.
You know what I'm into now? Mentos. Mentos fruit.
I choose make a high Jew, says Tweet Bahara. Tweet Bahaha is what I like to call him.
Susan got me these fruit Mentos. I'm all over them.
Yeah.
They look tasty.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
fresh maker.
Not the ones that are fruit, though.
They're still fresh making.
Okay, good.
You can't get around the freshness.
You can't get around it. So low you can't get below it.
All right, we're going to take one last pass.
Okay. Why do you feel like you have to get every question in there? That's the thing. If I was
Because I eliminate some.
If I was in charge of the show, it would never get done.
Well.
How do you know when you're done?
Uh-huh.
A bullet from the back of the head.
A bullet from the back of a bush.
Ted Medgareva's head.
A finger fired the trigger to his name. Oh, man, the hand set the spark. The eyes took the aim. The eyes took the aim.
Don't bring me.
Ain't him to blame. Only a pawn
On their game. Oh,
That wasn't disrespectful.
I know it was only disrespectful when I started to laugh about it. Like an idiot. I made it wrong.
I was going for the real thing, man. Hey Chew Chewbacca says Kids Court was some funny stuff. What was it like performing with kids?
I loved it. It actually was surprising that it didn't go because I loved it.
Yeah, it was a fun day. And it was, and the kids were fun.
The kids were great.
Yeah. And during the break, I went over to the kids with a puppet and really realized the
magic
of a puppet and kids. They even though they see you holding it and operating it, it exists as a creature to them.
But also, it was really fun to see them have fun.
Yeah.
It's just amazing to me.
Yeah.
I really love kids.
Considering they were extras.
Now, a lot of people may be listening to this, and they may be thinking that, am I smoking pot? No, I've taken up cigarettes. Hey, don't worry about it. I have to tell you, man, I was on tonight. I'm sorry you didn't bring it.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was a great show. And ladies and gentlemen, why am I saying ladies and gentlemen? If you ever want to write us,
here's one more.
Okay.
Terry Caulfield says, here are some Thanksgiving whatnots for you. White or dark meat? Andy likes white. I'm good with dark. Or either.
White.
Yeah. Andy's afraid of the dark meat.
That's right.
Just like he's afraid of the dark.
Oh.
Stovetop or homemade stuffing? Homemade, of course. That's my centerpiece dish.
Yeah, why would you do it?
Whole cranberry or jellied sauce. I do a
combo?
A hybrid, sort of. Not jellied, but I do it's highly food processed.
Oh, and he never eats his own food.
Pecan or pumpkin pie. I think we covered this. But pecan I'm allergic to, so pumpkin.
Yeah, I like pecan.
All right.
I never had a good I'm sorry about that. I never had a good, I always wanted, I like whipped cream on anything.
Yeah.
Folks, I'm glad we had that extra question in there because we really got to the heart of it. If you want to reach us personally, Josh's number is 555-555-555. Write us to thoughtspiralshow@gmail.com.
Is correct.
Why is that so great that I know how to the address after 5 years? I don't know, but
you said it like you were fucking doing an 8-year-old doing a spelling bee. Yeah, I hope you have a great...
have a good... But we're not... This isn't the Thanksgiving show.
No, but for us, I can wish you a happy Thanksgiving.
I love you, Josh.
I love you, too.
And I'm going to miss you.
Well, that's a little...
We can't not sell it out.
I can't... I can be sincere with the I love you. I cannot be sincere with the I'll miss you.
Okay, you're right. I love you, and I'll see you soon. What am I doing?
Ditto!
And we're out.